Look at your hands. Look at the people walking past you on the street. Hidden inside their cells is a secret that took scientists a century to uncover. For generations, we thought the map of ancient Europe was written in stone cities. We were wrong. It was written in DNA. Around 5,000 years ago, an astonishing demographic shift completely rewrote the human story. Archaeologists spent decades searching for a missing population. They weren't looking for an empire of gold or iron. They were looking for the ghosts of the open steppe. Today, ancient DNA has brought those ghosts back to life. They are known as the Yamnaya. Emerging from the vast grasslands north of the Black and Caspian Seas, this relatively small group expanded with impossible speed. Within centuries, their genetic signature appeared thousands of miles from its origin. In parts of Europe, it became the dominant biological blueprint. But this wasn't a sudden, overwhelming wave of conquerors. Demographic models suggest the initial group may have numbered only a few thousand people. How did such a small network of nomads reshape the ancestry of millions? The answer doesn't lie in a single sudden event. It lies in a slow, relentless fusion of peoples. And the epicenter of this transformation sits right along the river corridors of modern Ukraine. This is the story of how a genetic crossroads birthed a population that changed the world. For decades, the origin of Indo-European languages was a puzzle with missing pieces. Latin, Toad, Germanic, Slavic. They all share deep roots. But spoken words leave no fossils. Scholars debated endlessly. Did these languages arrive with the first farmers of Anatolia? Or did they ride in from the Pontic-Caspian steppe? Then ancient DNA settled the score. In 2015, a bombshell genetic study revealed that populations linked to the Yamnaya contributed a massive amount of ancestry to modern Europeans. It was a revelation. People buried in Central Europe around 3000 BC carried genetic markers that simply didn't exist there a few centuries prior. But a deeper mystery remained. Where did the Yamnaya themselves come from? The truth is, they were not a pure, isolated tribe. They were walking palimpsests, a genetic mosaic. Their ancestry was a blend. Groups from the Caucasus and Lower Volga moved west. They merged with hunter-gatherers near the Dnipro and Don rivers. By 400 BCE, this incredible genetic synthesis was taking shape. The Yamnaya were born at a crossroads. A population forged by migration, long before they became the source of the greatest migration in prehistory. Before the Yamnaya mastered the open grasslands, the rivers of prehistoric Ukraine were the true highways of survival. The Dnipro wasn't just water. It was an ecosystem. It linked dense forests to sweeping plains. For thousands of years, North Pontic hunter-gatherers thrived here. They were already a diverse people, constantly adapting. To the west, massive agricultural settlements were taking root. The Cucutini Tripilia culture built staggering, ancient megasites. To the east, mobile herders roamed the plains. The Dnipro region was the ultimate frontier, a meeting place of worlds. Here, seasonal herders crossed paths with river communities. Goods were traded, cattle and sheep were exchanged, and families merged. Children born in this region inherited the genetic legacy of both the Deep South and the northern forests. Ancient DNA captures the result of these encounters. It doesn't tell us what language they spoke when they met. It simply records the undeniable biological bond that followed. This environment rewarded flexibility. Those who could navigate the forests and the open plains held the ultimate advantage. But to truly conquer the horizon, they needed something more. The popular image of the Yamnaya is highly cinematic, vast columns of riders thundering across the plains. The historical reality is even more fascinating. The Yamnaya didn't rely solely on speed. They relied on a revolutionary mobility matrix. Heavy, solid-wheeled wagons appeared. They were slow. They were simple. But they were world-changing. Suddenly, a family didn't have to abandon their household to follow the herds. They could pack their food, their tools, and their shelter. The wagon turned distance into an opportunity. Add to this the early use of horses. Even limited riding allowed herders to scout distant pastures, manage larger flocks, and connect with faraway camps. This flexibility was their superpower. If a drought hit one region, they simply moved their world to another. Social networks stretched across hundreds of miles. Information became just as valuable as copper. Movement was no longer a desperate flight from danger. It was a sustainable way of life. And this accumulated momentum was about to hit Europe. Around 2900 BCE, Europe's genetic landscape experienced a seismic event. For millennia, Neolithic farmers had cultivated the continent. They built monumental tombs and established deep roots. But ancient DNA shows a sweeping demographic shift. Within just a few centuries, steppe-derived ancestry cascaded across Central and Northern Europe. This was the corded ware phenomenon. In some areas, the biological turnover was staggering. This doesn't necessarily mean the total erasure of earlier peoples. It means the new arrivals reproduced with phenomenal success. Fascinatingly, the DNA tells a story of male-biased expansion. Incoming paternal lineages became incredibly dominant. Whether through social prestige, resource control, or deep kinship networks, a relatively small number of founding families left an ocean of descendants. Yet, the steppe migrants didn't remain isolated. They merged with the local European farmers. They created a new synthesis. The Yamnaya identity slowly faded, but their genes became permanently woven into the fabric of the continent. 2,000 years later, the steppe transformed again. Greek writers documented powerful groups of horsemen north of the Black Sea. They called them Scythians. For centuries, we imagined them as the direct, unbroken heirs of the Yamnaya. Once again, DNA shattered our assumptions. There is no single Scythian genome. They were incredibly diverse. Some carried the ancient Western steppe blood. Others carried deep Eastern Eurasian roots. The steppe wasn't an isolated island. It was the grand central station of the ancient world. And this is the ultimate truth of the region. Geography made Ukraine an eternal crossroads. From Bronze Age herders, to Iron Age Scythians, to Roman-era craftsmen and early Slavic expansions, layer upon layer of humanity merged here. No population is genetically pure. The closer we look at the DNA, the more the concept of pure bloodlines dissolves into a beautiful, complex web of human survival. The Yamnaya didn't conquer Europe with swords alone. They became Europe. They became Asia. Their culture vanished, but their code endured. And today, the echoes of that 5,000-year-old journey are still beating inside millions of us.